morning, Titans, and we're back. And today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. Welcome to this week's edition of Titans Today. I'm Ruby.
And I'm not Cohen. We're excited to bring you the latest news and updates from around our school.
That's right, it's time to dive into our top story segment, where we cover the most important and preppy news happening right now.
So let's get started and see what Northside's cooking up in that kitchen this week.
Get your listening caps on because we have lots of things starting today. The Feed My Sheep food drive is starting, where you can donate food to our community. Also starting today is a food drive for which you can participate in some fun dress-up days. We also have an NJHS fundraiser going on until November 20th, so make sure you are finishing those up. Lastly, for this bundle of information, we have break time, which is being held at the Rising Hope Church. Here you can play games, eat snacks, and simmer down after a long day at school. We hope to see you there.
Also, coming up later today in the NMS auditorium, there will be 3 Veterans Day ceremonies. 8th grade begins at 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. 7th grade starts at 11:30 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. And lastly, 6th grade starts at 2:30 p.m. and to 3:15 p.m. Also, remember to bring your veteran relatives to these events. Also, our very own Titations and Blue Band will be performing at these events. Speaking of band,
in the York Hall at Anderson University, there will be a community band concert. This is on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. and it is completely free. Here you can hear some amazing music directed by our very own choir teacher, Mr. D. There is an adventurous theme, so we hope to see you there. Do you like movies?
Then this event is for you. On November 13th at 6:30 p.m., there will be the Garfield movie screening in Pruis Hall. If you love orange cats and lasagna, then you will love this movie. Bring your family too. Speaking of your family,
if your parents or guardians are looking to be helpful within our Northside community, then they should join the PTO. The PTO has meetings once a month, and this month it is on November 18th. It is 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. in the Media Center. Also, I hope you're hungry because
there will be a food pantry the next day after school in the NMS Cafe. Here you can get lots of free bussin' snacks. We hope to see you there.
This year, Senora Riley will be hosting the first annual Latin celebration in our cafeteria. This event will be held on December 12th, and it is open to anyone looking to learn more about Latin culture. There will be food, dance, and many more fun activities. Also, if you're feeling generous, they are looking for donations such as hamburger meat, lettuce, other vegetables, decorations, etc. Hopefully, we will see you there. And those are our top stories for today. Now let's go to Eliza to hear more about Veterans Day.
Today is Veterans Day. In 1954, Congress passed a bill that President Eisenhower signed, officially making Veterans Day a national holiday. This day is to honor all of our veterans in the armed forces. This is why we are hosting a ceremony, to honor all those who have served, are serving, and of course, all those who have fallen. We here at Titan TV and Northside Middle School want to say thank you to all those courageous individuals. Titans, make sure to thank a veteran for their services today.
Thanks, Eliza. We're raising them stigmas here in Titan TV studios, so make sure to stay tuned.
Absolutely. Our friends Rita and Milo will be here at the desk later to report on this week's club news,
as well as a Titan sports update from Ya Boy Cohen.
But before then, let's go to Amaya and Janila to hear about this week's weather.
Good morning, everyone. It's Janila and Amaya, and it's time for your Titan TV land weather update. Let's dive into the details of today's weather and what you can expect for the rest of the week.
Starting with today, Monday, we're experiencing some sun with a little bit of clouds. The high for today is expected to reach about 65 degrees, while the low will be around 49 degrees.
The rest of the week looks to include some sun with clouds and rain also, with the highs in the 60s and 50s and the lows in the 50s and 40s.
And for the weekend on Saturday, we're looking at the high of 54 degrees and the low of 39 degrees. That comes with a little bit of sunshine and clouds.
Finally, on Sunday, temperatures will reach a high of 55 degrees and a low of 37 degrees with some sun.
That's your weather update for today. Be sure to stay tuned to the sponsor, AQWeather.com, for the latest updates throughout the week.
We are Maya and Janila and hope you have a great morning.
Now here's Colton with what happened on this day in history.
Thanks, Amaya and Janila. On this day in 1918, World War ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Also on this day in 1951, Fuzzy Zoeller was born, who was famous for being a top golfer. He was born in New Albany, Indiana. And in the sporting world, Kim Clijsters beats Serena Williams at her own game. And finally, today is National Veterans Day, so get patriotic, people. And that is a look on what happened on this day in history. Now it's time for sports with Ya Boy Coco.
Is there a trash can, please?
Here, I'll hold it.
Thanks, Colton. What's poppin', Mini Cocos? It's time for sports, hosted by me, Ya Boy Cohen. Do you like swimming and would like to come to an open swim night? This is on November 21st, 4:30 to 6 p.m. To be on the swim team, you must be able to swim one lap on the pool, and for the diving team, you have to dive headfirst from a meter-high diving board. Tryouts and practices are on Monday, December 2nd at the Southside Pool. For the opening swim, there will be transportation from Northside to Southside at 6:15. Now let's get into what Titan eSport games are coming up this week. Starting off our epic eSport games, first off there is an intense Minecraft game on Tuesday facing the Vikings. Following that, there's a nerve-wracking Fortnite match on Wednesday versus the Hobart Brickies. Now let's get into what Titan wrestling home games we have coming up. Starting off our wrestling home games, there's a wrestling invitational on February 23rd at Southside at 5 o'clock. Finishing off our wrestling home games, there's a game on March 3rd at 5:30 versus Monroe Central at Southside. Also, do not forget about Zero Hour. This happens every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after school in the weight room. And talk to Mr. Lyons if you're interested. That's all I have for sports. I'll see you next week. But until then, let's hear about this week's birthdays. Take it away, Leilani.
Thanks, Code. We are excited to celebrate our Titans by wishing them a happy birthday today. Happy birthday to Mayanika M, Jackson C, Angelina B, Jordan C, William R, Mila F, Bryson H, Tycho H, Jayla A, Thomas S, and John B. Those are all of our birthdays for the week. Let's move on to trivia with Q-Tip.
Thanks, Leilani. Welcome back to Trivia Challenge. The rules for Trivia Challenge go like this. Every week, we will ask a trivia question. When the broadcast is over, decide as a class the correct answer. Then, your teacher will send that answer into our Titan Today Trivia portal. The first 9 classes to turn in the correct answer after the broadcast will receive bonus points. Last week's answer for In the Movie and the Princess and the Frog, how did the princess turn into the frog and what can she do to become a human? The answer was, the princess turned into a frog by kissing the prince at the wrong time. Then she turned back to a human by defeating the antagonist and kissing the prince once again. The following 2 classes guessed the correct answer, Mrs. Harris's class and Mr. Young's class, making the following classes at the top of the leaderboard. In third place is Mr. Earl's class with 40 points. In second place is Mr. Jenkins's class with 44 points. The current leader is Mrs. Harris's class with 46 points. Now here's this week's question. When did America gain independence? Discuss as a class after the broadcast. And good luck on this week's Trivia Challenge. Let's go once more to Studio 306 with Mila and Rena to hear all about the clubs going on this week.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Big Tiny.
And I'm My Zir.
And welcome back to Studio 306 for this week's club news.
Today we're excited to dive into some awesome activities and updates from our school clubs.
That's right. Whether you're a member or just curious about what's happening around school, we've got the latest news on our clubs and their exciting events.
So let's check out what clubs are taking place this week. You like jazz?
Then come on down to the band room and get your jazz on. Titan Jazz is held every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Remember, you do not have to be in band to join, but you must have played an instrument for at least a year. If this sparks your interest, enter through door 8 and have a jazzy time with Mr. Sprouse. Do you have extra free time in the morning?
If so, FCA is on Fridays from 8 to 8:45 a.m. in Mr. Osborne room. We always welcome new people and we would love to have you join. If you'll come, enter through door 4 and for more information ask Ms. Till. Are you a tenor or a bass?
Well then stay with me because starting Thursday there will be Titan Voices from 8 to 8:45 a.m. in the choir room. But you do not have to be in choir to join. If you come, snacks will be included. Ask Mr. D for more info. Mila, are you really sleeping on your first day back?
No, I'm not asleep. I'm wide awake. Speaking of awake, there's a wake club on Thursdays from 8 to 8:50 a.m. in room 107. The teachers in charge will be Mr. Pryor, Miss Selvey, Mr. R, and Mr. Coles. This club is sponsored by the Pryor Foundation. Oh yeah, hi Mr. Pryor. You like dragons?
The D&D club is on Fridays right after school from 4 to 5 p.m. So if you want to kill some monsters, go straight to the media center with Mr. Harder. Are you a 6th or 7th grader who is not only interested in drawing anime but also in creating their own?
Well, join Anime Club. These meetings will be held on Fridays after school until 5 p.m. Meetings will include discussions and critiques, so I hope to see you guys there. Rena, I need help.
Well, that's why Homework Help is here. On Monday through Thursday from 4:15 to 5:15, Homework Help Club is hosted in room 222, aka Miss Sands' room.
And that's all the club news we have to report on today.
Do not forget about Mr. Williams' Challenge 3. Get involved in 3 clubs or sports this year.
And that's a wrap for this week's edition of Titans Today.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the news and updates from around our school.
Remember to stay connected with us for all of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes content. And don't forget, you can find us on all socials. Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time, I'm Tiny Big.
And I'm Mai.
Remember that Titans are a team.
The secret is effort.
And as always,
stay classy, Titans.
This has been a
Are you big or am I small?
Well, that's all a matter of perspective. When you're next to me,
When I'm next to you,
I seem tall.
you seem tall.
But to Paul, hi Paul, we'd both be small together. That's why I think it's better to focus on the qualities that can't be measured.
Like kindness, courage, and curiosity.
Patience, resilience, generosity. Inside every duck is more than the eye can see.
So if you look
If I look
and I
big
feel small,
and you feel small,
well that's all.
well, that's all a matter of perspective.
production.